was sitting in the living room of my house in East Los Angeles, trying to get psyched up to do my homework for the following day for classes. Then I heard this hysterical announcement over the radio that Japanese planes had bombed Pearl Harbor.
On December 7th, 1941, Japan, like its infamous Axis partners, struck first and declared war afterwards.
Of course, the fact that my parents were Japanese immediately made me very uncomfortable.
This is a terrible, terrible shock. And immediately, war is declared because now a direct strike has been taken against the American people.
There was mass hysteria against Japanese. Japanese Americans were charged as saboteurs and as collaborators of the enemy. They were tarred with the same brush that condemned Imperial Japan.
Japanese Americans were considered enemy aliens.
There's a massive wave of anti-Japan and anti-Japanese feelings throughout the United States, really.
The Japanese are not easy to know. I've lived among them for 10 years, and I can testify that they are as different from ourselves as any people on this planet.
Well, after Pearl Harbor, on December 7th, they surrounded Japanese-town with the army with their rifles pointing in. Things became very uncomfortable if you were of Japanese ancestry. The music used to be playing Japanese songs all the time. And so when you walked down the street, you always heard music. All the music stopped after December 7th. And shortly after that, the curfews started, which limited how far we could travel. Rumors were just flying all over Japanese town that they were going to put us in these camps. They were going to separate the families. In fact, the worst rumor was they may even kill some of the people.
I was worried about the consequences of the prejudice being expressed, you know, and violence toward us and so forth, with absolutely no idea what could happen. But there was just this feeling that something was going to happen to us as a racial group.
A movement emerges which finally results in an executive order issued by President Roosevelt to remove Japanese immigrants and American citizens of Japanese descent from wherever they are on the West Coast and remove them to what are known as relocation camps in the interior of the United States. These are armed, locked military encampments guarded by the American military to which people are forcibly removed.
Shortly after Pearl Harbor, you know, there are thousands of Japanese American guys already in the military, and a lot of them just simply got kicked out.
Those who were served in the interior of the United States, they were okay. They continued to serve. Those who served on the west coast of the United States were discharged from the military, and they were sent home, and all of them were given draft classification 4C, for Charlie. And draft classification 4C is designated for enemy alien, unfit for military duty. If I may editorialize, how insulting, you know, can that be to an American citizen?
We were under protective custody for 40 days, and many of my friends were discharged from the Army at the convenience of the government, and they were sent back, and they were under Executive Order 9066.
Many of them went home, helped their families pack, and went to camp with them. And then, despite that, when the call came for volunteers for the 442nd, they were among the first to stand up and join.